Yeah, you already know what it is. Lethal Talon 24, dive bombing at you with some Eagles content. Let's go. Yeah, you already know what it is. It's your boy, Lethal Talon 24, coming at you with another video. And yo, guys, this video is going to be my score prediction for the game and also how we can go in. It's going to be reconnaissance on our enemy, man. This is going to be how we defeat them come Sunday. So this is what I think the ways and how we beat them. Whoever they are, whatever they call themselves, the Washington football team, the Washington trash cans, the Washington L's. I don't really know what they want to call themselves, the no names, whatever. The fact remains, when it comes Sunday, they get in that L. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and dive bomb into this. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna give you my take on how we can defeat the Washington football team, whatever their name is, man. I don't even know what to call them. What their name is again, I don't know. Anyway, let's go into this. So basically, how do we beat the Washington football team? Well, one thing's for sure, we gotta make sure that we protect the ball. We gotta make sure that we are controlling the time of possession. Washington's front four, Montez Sweat, Daron Payne, you know what I'm saying? Those guys, Jonathan Allen, you got the rookie Chase Young, you know what I'm saying? And you got the old school vet Ryan Kerrigan. Those guys they can wreak havoc on an offensive line, especially with an offensive line that is, that's pretty much ours, and it's pretty much, it's weakened at this point. You know what I'm saying? We got to be real. We got to know that offensive line may be an issue, especially if Lane Johnson isn't 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, what do we do? What do we do against them? How do we counter that? We counter their pass rush with running the ball. Now, Miles Sanders, he's not going to be ready for week 1. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to rely on Boston Scott and Corey Clement. Hopefully these guys can stay healthy again. But regardless, we have to rely on them to establish a running game. You know what I'm saying? So we got to beat them there. You know what I'm saying? And if we can control the time of possession, we control the game and essentially the outcome of the game. Now, if the Washington football team is overly aggressive, we got to make sure that, Wentz and the Eagles, they got to come up with a plan. You know what I'm saying? Hard counts. Try to draw them offsides, especially Chase Young. We got to test their discipline, man. So we got to make sure, or the Eagles have got to at least try this to see if they're disciplined enough, to see if they're overly aggressive. The Eagles can counter that by simply just doing hard counts. You know what I'm saying? See if Chase Young is disciplined as as he was in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're overly aggressive again, and he tries to jump too early to try to get around Jason Peters. Well, if Carson Wentz utilizes the hard count, he can try to draw them all offsides. You know what I'm saying? And see if we can get 5 yards. You know what I'm saying? And that 5 yards could put us in short yardage situations. Whatever we got to do to make sure that we're moving forward towards that goal line. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one way, to utilize, the brains, that football IQ to see if these guys are really disciplined and as well as being aggressive. Now, in order for us to actually win in the trenches, our offensive line is going to have to be solid. You know what I'm saying? They have to be, at least good enough blocking in the run game and protection in the pass game. So really, we just got to open up those holes for Clement and Scott. We got to make sure that, Doug will need to take advantage of their aggressiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like good play calling. He's got to be on point with his play calling. So if they're being aggressive, he needs to be, looking to do those the running back screens, tight end screens, wide receiver screens. He needs to implement those. You know what I'm saying? Plays to get the ball out of Wentz's hands quickly. You know what I'm saying? And also misdirection. You know what I'm saying? We got to look if we're in 11 personnel, we have to at least utilize the jet action or the jet sweeps. You know what I'm saying? That'll add more to the running game, so that'll get everybody involved. You know what I mean? So if we could do that, we're golden. Now, Doug should also be calling plays down the field. You know what I'm saying? He needs to test the Washington football team's coverage. You know, with Darnold out there, Kendall Fuller, and I believe it's going to be Fabian Moreau. Well, we'll see about that. But regardless, you got to test these guys. You know what I'm saying? If it's 11 personnel and you got Rager or J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, either way, you want to test the deep ball against them. Set up with the play action. You know what I'm saying? Have Carson roll out a few times. And then, you know, with the play action as well, at least get him out of the pocket. So that way, you know, he's just not a sitting duck for their pass rush. You get him on the move so he can throw it downfield. But you want to test Darby. You know, if J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is ready to step up this year, he's got the height advantage. And we all know that Darby struggles against the taller receivers. We know that he bites on every double move that's ever been given to him. You know what I mean? You know, utilizing J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's height against Darby. We got to utilize Jalen Reagor's speed against Darby. And Kendall Fuller, man, if he's guarding Deshaun Jackson, really, we need to look for that mismatch. I mean, if their safeties are playing over the top, you know, that's one thing. But I mean, they're not going to be able to stop that forever, especially if our running game is on point. So we got to take shots downfield, man. We got to. Now, if Jalen Reagor is going to be ready to go, you know what I'm saying, week 1, and that's awesome. But you know, he's got to show up in this game. His time is now. You know what I mean? He has to show up. So if he's going to be anything we think him to be, that first round draft pick, you know, in that great player, that superstar, we got to see it on the field week 1. So he's going to have to bring it. There are going to be mismatches all over the field in their secondary, man. And even in not just that at all, but I mean, as far as our speed and now we still got our possession receivers, we got guys that can go up and get it. So we just, you know, we have the advantage when it comes to that, and we have to utilize it. We do have to take the advantage and take shots. Now, defensively, our D line is going to have to get the pressure, or we're gonna have to move Dwayne Haskins off his spot. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to force him into making mistakes, because that's how we get turnovers. You know what I'm saying? If we get home with the sack, it could cause a sack fumble. If we don't, you know, at least pressure, get him to move off, get him to make a mistake, get him to throw it too early. You know what I'm saying? You know, that could lead to an interception. If he's trying to force the ball to Terry McLaurin or whatnot, and big play Slay is on him, you know what I'm saying? And that opens it up for an interception. That could lead to a pick 6. And I expect us to get a defensive touchdown in this game. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. You know, so, I mean, really, we're just going to have to make sure that we get that pressure on them. You know, an occasional blitz from a DB or one of our linebackers, you know, so that way our coverage is expected to be 10 times better than what it was. And even Jalen Mills said this in his press conference, that he feels a lot safer with D. Slay on that field. And you got Nikel Roby-Coleman, who's going to be covering Steven Sims Jr., you know what I'm saying? And then you got Avonte Maddox, who's going to be on Dontrell Inman, who is not a burner by any means. He's more of a possession receiver. And even though he has height over Maddox, Jim Schwartz has said that Avonte Maddox he may be small, but he plays big. And we've seen him do that. You know what I'm saying? So regardless if he has the height advantage, we know Avonte is going to give him more of a fight than we would think that Darby would against anybody who's taller than him. Because he's shown that he hasn't been able to stop him. Really, guys, what it comes down to is this. Our defensive backs have got to make sure that they hold their coverage so our defensive line can eat. Our defensive backs can make sure that they take care of business in the coverage. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to make sure that our safeties as well are making sure they're taking away that deep ball threat. Another couple of things is they have to be assignment sound. They have to be they have to be relentless and they have to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what Scott Turner's offense really is going to do with the Washington football team this season. You know what I'm saying? But we know a few things. We know that they like to bring backs out in the slot. We know that they like to try to create mismatches. But our linebackers are not like any linebackers in the league. Coverage wise, though, they're good. You know what I'm saying? And so, I have complete faith in Nate Gary when it comes to coverage. I have complete faith in TJ Edwards when it comes to coverage and the run game. You know what I'm saying? I have more faith in him than I do Nate Gary when it comes to the run game. But I definitely feel comfortable with them covering. You know what I'm saying? So I think we can lock them up that way. And really just everybody has to stand up. Everybody has to stand out. Everybody's got to show out. So that's really it, guys. I mean, Slay, he's gotta be he's gotta be that big play Slay that we know he can be. Shut down McLaurin. Nikel Roby-Coleman got to shut down Sims Jr. And Avonte Maddox has to do his thing against Dontrell Inman. That's it. That's it. We do that. We come out with a W. And the Washington football team comes out with their favorite letter, the L. Whatever they call themselves, they're getting an L. Period. Point blank. That's it. That's it. So we do these things. I say that we win this game. I say that Deshaun Jackson has 2 touchdowns. I say that Jalen Reagor gets his first touchdown in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I say that Jalen Reagor gets his first touchdown in the NFL. I think he gets that one. I think we have a defensive touchdown. I think it's Slay. I think he gets a pick 6 in his first game with the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. But I'm saying? Like, I wear green. I'm bleed green. I have an imagination. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see that. So heck yeah, I'm gonna go with that, man. And I'm gonna say that the Philadelphia Eagles 32. And the Washington football team 13. That's my score. That's all I got to say about it. But you let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think about how we can attack the Washington football team's defense with our offense? And how do we attack their offense with our defense? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What is your score prediction? You let me know. All right, and please be sure to like and subscribe if you're feeling this content. You guys keep your talents sharp and go Birds. We about to get this W come Sunday. So I'm gonna leave it off with this. You guys chant with me, EAGLES Eagles, and that's what's up. You guys take it easy, peace.
Every time they put me in a battle, I'm lethal. Nigga too sweet and low, you ain't equal. Shut 'em down.